Hello, I'm Nisha. I'm one of the librarians at Mullins Library, and I'd like to introduce our presentation on how to find articles in the Ebsco databases. This is particularly aimed at the English 1013 students, but the techniques can be used by anyone. Using the Ebsco databases to find articles for your 1013 projects. I'm going to start by going to Top 10. We're going to go under Academic Search Premier. Each of the databases can be used separately, but one of the things I'm going to show you is that we can choose databases and we can stack them together and search them all at the same time. We could have also searched them individually, but this is just a different strategy that you can use. I'm going to put in bioethics because we're thinking about the Lax book, and I'm going to use bioethics and tissue samples. And alright, we end up with 28 results. And in looking at these, I can see there's a book chapter, there's several different things, there's another book chapter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it to limit it to peer-reviewed journals or scholarly journals. So that'll get us journal articles and also in peer-reviewed journals, which are usually a better quality journal because the articles have been critiqued by people who are experts in the field. And that knocks it down. Instead of 28, we have 14. And as we start to look at these, we see several that look good. I like the looks of this one because it's talking about cultural differences as well as the science of the thing. So I'm going to hit the article title to look at the abstract and get a feel for what the article is about. And then I'm going to hit Add to Folder. And we could also have looked at the PDF of the article, which happens to be here. And then we could have emailed that to ourselves or saved it to a disk or printed it off, as the case might be. And the next one's talking about perceptions in the Swedish public, but that still might be useful because Sweden is probably in some ways not that different from the US, so I'm going to add that to the folder. And okay. Human tissue samples and ethics. That sounds promising. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that one's possible. So let's see if we hit the Find It button, because it doesn't have the full text attached. We'll see if when we hit the Find It button, see if it's available. We'll go to ProQuest in this case. And we'll open it up. And we can see whether or not this is something that we like. We have the authors and their affiliation, and as we go along we can see that these folks are showing their methods, they're citing their sources, and so on. So it's possible that that's a good one for us. Okay, I'm going back to the results list. And let's scroll down a little bit more here. Okay, this one is in the journal JAMA, which is a very prominent medical journal put out by the American Medical Association. We hit Find It. Go up to the Find It page, and we see that we have JAMA under this High-Wired Journals. We'll click on that. And we could read the abstract again. We could have this as an HTML file, or we can have it as a PDF. And again, having it as the PDF means that it's the article as it looks so that you can cite it as though it were paper. There it is, and we can look at that. Open it further up and see again that the author's credentials are shown, and The abstract is there, and we can look at it and see their affiliations and so on. So I'm going to go back to Ebsco. I'm going to add that to the folder. I'm going to add this one to the folder. There's a book review. There's a book review. We probably don't want those. Anyway, we have a couple here that look like they'll be good for potential sources. We go to the folder view, and we can hit select, and that selects all four. Then when we hit email, we can change this. I usually change this so that my email doesn't think that it's spam. And then you can change the citation format to MLA, which means that it'll be something close to what you'll need to put in for your papers. It should be on its way to us, and then we can go on from there. It's good to remember that there are other databases that you can use, and you don't have to stack them all together. And there may also be books in the library or other resources that you can use, like we've got a lot of encyclopedias, including a bunch of electronic encyclopedias. But this is a way to get started. Thank you for watching the presentation. Please keep in mind that there's help to be had at the university libraries by phone, by email, by chat, by texting, and face-to-face.